It's gonna be a long one. Oh. I messed it up. I got a drink.
I did too many drugs, so I pee when I cough.
Settle down. Settle down, though.
You like this little tiny tip of my beer bottle right now? All right.
There we go.
What? Why? Oh no!
Hey there, booze buddies. Welcome to Paranormal Spirits, where we share a drink, we tell you a spooky story, and then we rip it apart because booze always shows the truth. And as always, we will be playing Emily's Drinking Game.
Emily's Drinking Game. Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
Where every time we screw up a word or phrase, which is often, we take a drink. So grab a drink, maybe grab a little snackaroo, and play along with us. Hey there, Caitlin.
Hey there, Lynn.
Long time no see, pal.
It's been at least 13 seconds.
Today is the story of the Lemp Mansion. Lemp. L-E-M-P.
I could tell you a story of the Lemp Mansion, but that's a different channel on the internet.
Built in the 1860s, the Lemp Mansion was home to the Lemp family and located near their family business, the Lemp Brewery. There's a lot of Lempness going on. By 1870, the Lemp Brewery, which was run by William Lemp Sr. at that time, was the largest brewing company in St. Louis, dominating the beer trade until, Prohibition closed the plant in 1919. But that's not where their tragedies began. No. In 1901, Frederick Lemp, William Sr.'s favorite son and heir apparent, died at the age of 28 of heart failure. Devastated, William Lemp was never the same.
So he had blood flow issues. He had blood flow issues.
It was the circulatory thing.
He was real limp when they found him.
So William Lemp, very sad. His physical and mental health began to decline, and on February 13th, 1904, he shot himself in the head with a .38 caliber Smith & Wesson. In November 1904, William Lemp Jr. took over as the new president of the Lemp Brewing Company, inheriting the family business and a vast fortune. He and his wife Lillian began to spend the inheritance, filling the house with servants. The pair spent huge amounts on carriages, clothing, and art. Lillian was a beautiful woman who came from a wealthy family, and before long, Lillian became known as the Lavender Lady.
I'm going to call her the Lavender Lemp.
In addition to her lavender attire and accessories, she went so far as to have her carriage horses' harnesses dyed lavender. She's a bit much.
What's her name? Lily the Lavender Lemp?
Yeah, Lillian, Lillian Lavender Lempy.
The old
The Lilla Lemp. Now, in the beginning, Will enjoyed showing off his trophy wife. But Will was a bit of a ladies' man, and as he came from a wealthy family, he was kind of just used to being able to do whatever he wanted, right? Like, I have money. I can do whatever I want. I know. He was one of those guys. So when Willie Boy began to get tired of Lavender Lily, he demanded that she must spend her time shopping. Allotting her $1,000 a day, he gave her an ultimatum that if she didn't spend it, she wouldn't get any more.
Where do I find one of those? I'll take a little Billy Willy Limpy Limp for $1,000 a day. You can pretty much do whatever you want to me for $1,000 a day. Nope. I take that back. But you can, I will do a lot for $1,000 a day to shop all day. But you know what? After like how many days during, when was it? 1800s?
Early 1900s.
Where do you buy?
I think that was the point. He wanted her out of the house. Like, he wanted her busy doing things. And so she was just like, I must buy all my lavender clothes. In the meantime, old Willie was busy running the brewery the day during. So he was running the brewery during the day and pursuing all manner of decadent activities during the night, if you know what I mean.
That's how he picked up the ladies.
In summary, he was doing things at night, like holding lavish parties in the caves below the mansion. Oh, by the way, did I mention there were caves below the mansion?
The mansion is just full of like really amazing, really cool Jewish people.
So he would hold lavish parties in the caves below the mansion. And he would bring in numerous prostitutes for entertainment of his friends. He's thoughtful like that, old Willie.
Hey guys, want to come hang out? I'll supply the whores. Don't worry about BYOH. I'll supply them. H? It's W. I can spell.
Will's shenanigans eventually did catch up with him because he had a son with a woman that was not his way.
Jerry.
Will, you are the father. Today, there's no official documentation that this boy ever existed. However, the rumors that the boy was hidden in the mansion attic for his entire life have been prevalent over the years. And according to St. Louis historian Joe Gibbons, when he interviewed a former nanny and chauffeur who had worked at the mansion, both of them verified that the boy did exist and was housed in the attic. So, what a great dad Will is.
He just had an illegitimate kid, and instead of like ignoring its existence like everyone else in the early 1900s, he just like stuffed him in a attic.
Well, it gets worse. The mother was either one of the many prostitutes or a mansion servant, and the boy was born with Down syndrome. Of course, this is back in the early like 1900s, so this is like a total embarrassment for the family, for the Lemp family. An illegitimate child with not only just illegitimate, but he has Down syndrome on top of it, poor guy. The kid, not Will. Will's because he was born with Down syndrome. This family's the worst, really. He was known as the monkey-faced boy. Yeah, I know.
That's awful.
It is awful.
Ugh.
Yeah. Finally, Will got tired of Lillian and filed for divorce in 1908. The court proceedings surrounding the divorce became like a major St. Louis scandal. Newspapers were devoting extensive front page coverage. Everybody was just like, what? Where's Entertainment Tonight? We want to know the details of this. The trial opened in February of 1909 to crowds that flocked. Everybody was like, we are coming. We want to see this. We want to hear. We want to like hear the tales of violence, drunkenness, atheism, not that, and cruelty. But here's where it gets really weird, right? She never even brought up William's like activities, and Lillian almost lost custody because of a photograph that was presented at the trial that showed her smoking a cigarette.
How dare
but
she?
Even worse than that, I found a newspaper article about it. And it says, Lemp yesterday testified that when the photograph of Mrs. Lemp smoking a cigarette was taken before her marriage, she was wearing her brother's clothes. The photograph had been withheld from the press, and this was the first intimation of its character. Lemp also testified that he objected not only to his wife's famous lavender dress, but to her striking collars and long trains, which brought ridicule upon her. He admitted the dress might have been purple instead of lavender.
I really want to work really hard so somebody writes in my obituary that I brought a lot of ridicule upon me.
And he just doesn't like the color purple.
I knew it.
Now, in the end, she did keep custody of the son, but she soon retired from the public eye. It was a bit too much for Lavender Lily to take, and she just was like, you know what? I'm done with you people. I'm done. And the only time she was ever seen not wearing lavender was on the final day of her divorce proceedings when she appeared entirely in black before the judge.
Sick. I love it.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
dramatic.
Kind of like, Lillian?
So dramatic.
I like it, yes.
A+
Yeah.
performance.
With the divorce, Will's troubles had only just begun. In 1906, 9 of the large breweries in the St. Louis area had combined to form the Independent Breweries Company. So this created a lot of competition for the Lemp Brewery, right? Because these 9 breweries came together, and now they're like, what do you do? There's 9. Whoa! 9! We're just one limp little brewery.
We're just so limp over here. We need a hand.
No, we need something to help us rise up.
Don't jerk me around. Competition's gone soft.
And in the same year, Will's mother died by cancer on April 16th, so he's getting divorced. He's got like this competition. His mom is dying, and even though the brewery's fortunes were like continuously declining, right? The Lemp mansion was entirely remodeled in 1911 and partially converted into offices for the brewery. So William's like, you know what? I got divorced. My mom died. We have some real stiff competition. They're not limp, they are stiff competition. Let's redo the mansion.
We need a movie montage makeover.
And you got the like maids like with their little feather dusters. So while all this was going on, Will decided, you know what, I'm gonna let the company's equipment just like go to shit. Like, I'm not gonna really like update it. Why do we need that, right? By World War I, the brewery was like just barely hanging on. So what did William do? He built a country home on the Merrimack River, to which he kind of went to more and more. And in 1915, he married for a second time to one Ellie Lindbergh, the widowed daughter of the late. All right, so he married Ellie. Then, to make things easier for Will, Prohibition comes along in 1919. Even though the individual family members were already wealthy, there really wasn't much incentive for them to keep the brewery open. For a time, Will did hope that Congress maybe would be Will hoped the Congress would repeal Prohibition, but finally gave up and closed that Lemp plant down without any notice, because that's the kind of guy he is. The workers learned that it was closed when they came to work one day and found the door shut and the gates locked.
A Lemp brewery was a flop.
On March 20th, 1920, Elsa Lemp Wright, William's sister, the wealthiest heiress in St. Louis, shot herself just like her father had years before. She was upset over her rocky marriage, so she took the Lemp approach. So, liquidating the assets of the plant and auctioning the buildings, William basically just kind of sold everything off, right? He sold the buildings, he sold the signs, he sold everything, and he did it all at a fraction of the price, because he's like, I already have plenty of money. I'm not worried about this. Like, you want it for like 1/14 of the cost? You got it. So, the Lemp Brewery, the dynasty has ended. And what happens? William slips into a depression. He became nervous and erratic, shunning public life and often complaining of ill health. And guess what he does?
Takes a long walk. He goes to therapy and gets better.
On November 29th, 1922, he shot himself in the heart with a 38 caliber what calendar?
What date is it?
In the heart. Like, how much more dramatic could you be?
I want my face to stay my face.
I get what you're saying, but you're dead. You're not going to be using your face anymore.
I'm vain. I want my dead face to be just as good as my live face. I want it to be this.
Not only did he shoot himself like his dad, he did it in the same building where his father had done it 18 years before he did.
Come on.
Yeah. He was interred in the family mausoleum at Bellefontaine Seminary. He's in the family crypt with his sister Elsa, who also shot herself, and his father, who also shot himself. He had some brothers, Charles and Edwin, but they had left the family business. That we were like, we're out. So without William, it kind of seemed like the Lemp Empire had finally kind of come to an end. In 1943, another tragedy occurred when their son, William Lemp III, died of a heart attack at the age of 42. So now, William Lemp III's dad, the one that was married to Lillian, his brother Charles eventually remodeled the mansion back into a residence, and he lived in the house along with 2 servants and the illegitimate child of his brother, the one that was still stuck up in the attic.
Was the attic baby there the whole time?
He was. So Charles was also a bit of an odd fella, especially as he got older. He developed a morbid fear of germs. His obsessive compulsive behavior included wearing gloves at all times to avoid bacteria and constantly washing his hands. And it was during this time that William's illegitimate child, now in his 30s, died at the mansion. they're so kind, they actually buried him on the Lemp cemetery plot, but he only had a small flat marker with the word Lemp.
Did he even have a name?
I don't think so.
His name is Attic. Attic Lemp.
So shortly after he died, Charles became the fourth member of the Lemp family to commit suicide. He had to be even douchier in the way that he did it. You're not gonna like this. First, he went down to the basement and shot his dog.
Come on!
Then he climbed the staircase to his room, which was on the second floor, where he shot himself. Charles was discovered on May 10th, 1949 by one of the staff, still holding the .38 caliber revolver in his right. They have a thing for .38 caliber in this family.
Is it the same one?
I don't know. It doesn't say, but that would be really weird. And this is horrifying. Even though the dog was shot in the basement, he was found halfway up the stairs.
No.
Okay.
If that man didn't kill himself, I would kill him myself.
I know. It's horrible. Edwin Lemp now was the only Lemp remaining. And he had walked away from life with the Lemp Brewery in 1913. He was just like, I'm out. Y'all crazy. Peace. And Edwin passed away quietly of natural causes at age 90 in 1970. According to Edwin's last wishes, his butler burned all of the paintings that the Lemps had collected, as well as their family documents and artifacts. He burned them all. And the Lemp family line died out with him. I'm thinking maybe there might have been some anger on Edwin's part. Like, burn it all when I'm gone. After the death of Charles, the mansion was sold and turned into a boarding house. And like kind of the neighborhood, the building sort of began to deteriorate. And that's when the tales of the haunting began. Residents complained of ghostly knocks and phantom footsteps. So they complained of knocking and footsteps, and they could hear this throughout the house. And as the story spread, tenants were kind of hard to find. Go figure. And so it just kind of really kept continuing to deteriorate. However, in 1975, the old mansion was saved by one, and this is the name it says, I am not making this up, Dick Pointer.
Stop it right now. Dick Pointer saved the Lemp mansion? I don't even have to make a joke. Richard Pointer. Good old Dick Pointer.
Dick Pointer.
That's how he determines what he's going to buy next.
That one.
Something limp is happening.
I sense a limpness in the force. So Dick immediately he just was like, this place is... We're going to renovate this. And he turned it into a restaurant and an inn, which is what it is now. But workers in the house often told stories of apparitions, strange sounds, vanishing tools, and a feeling, of being watched. Frightened by the hauntings, many would leave the job site and just wouldn't come back. Now, since the restaurant has opened, staff members have reported several strange appearances. Oh my God. Staff members have reported several strange experiences. Again, apparitions appear and then quickly vanish. Voices and sounds come from nowhere, and glasses will often lift off the bar, flying through the air by themselves. On other occasions, they say doors will lock and unlock by themselves, lights turn on and off of their own free will, and the piano bar often plays when no one is near it. So they think that several members of the Lemp family are the ones haunting it. But there are 3 areas of the mansion that have the most activity: the stairway, the attic, and what the staff refers to as the gates of hell in the basement. It's the entrance to the caves under the mansion and the brewery.
We need to come up with a better phrase. Hell must have a really large yard.
They just have an open door policy. It's like, you know what? We're gonna make as many gates. You guys can come anytime.
So many gates.
Make
Lots of
yourselves
gates.
home.
So many gates.
And highways to get to those gates.
I'm on the highway to the gates of hell. There's so many exits.
How many gates of hell have we talked about?
At least 4.
Ridiculous. The attic is said to be haunted by William Jr.'s illegitimate son. Strange occurrences are often witnessed on the 3rd floor level of the mansion. The face of the boy has regularly been seen from the street, peeking through the small windows of the mansion.
I hate that.
But why is it the face of a boy? I mean, he was 30 when he died.
Well, if you never saw the sun, your skin would be phenomenal. He was like just flawless. Little attic Lemp was flawless. He was a
He
cover
was.
girl.
So ghost investigators have often left toys in the middle of the room, and they'll like draw a circle around them to see if the objects have moved. And consistently, when they return the next day, the toys are found in another location. In the downstairs women's bathroom, which was once William Jr.'s, this was his space, many women have reported a man peeking over the stall. One woman came out of the bathroom and she returned to the bar and she said to the two men that she was there with, "I hope you got an eyeful."
Fun fact, I used to take pictures of my friends over the bathroom stalls. You'd be out at the bar and I would be like,
Oh my God, the worst.
I deleted them immediately after because I'm a good person.
They obviously denied. They were like, "Dude, we were sitting here the whole time," and the bartender verified that, yeah, they were sitting here. So people think that it is William Jr. because remember, he was a bit of a ladies' man. He liked the ladies, and apparently he's fine with them peeing. Well, he's a weird one, that one. Oh, also in William Lemp Sr.'s room, he was the first one to commit suicide.
Yep.
Guests have reported hearing someone running up the stairs and kicking at the door. And the story behind this is when he killed himself, William Jr. ran up the stairs to his father's room and he found it locked, so he began to kick the door to get in there. And then several years ago, a part-time guide reported hearing the sounds of horses outside of the room where William Lemp Sr. had kept his office. However, when the tour guide looked there, through the window, there was nothing there. It's a parking lot now, but it used to be where they would like tether the horses. Today, it's, like I said, it's a restaurant, a bed and breakfast, and a mystery dinner theater of all things. And they also do tours.
I think there's some serious mental health issues in that family.
I think so. Maybe some inbreeding. I don't know.
Do you think?
I have no idea. It's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of issues that are going on there.
I think that I would put my baby in an attic.
I could also see you calling your baby monkey face. Like, you find that
I would
fun.
never call him monkey face, but I would call him attic or basement, depending on where you live. Did anybody feed basement today?
The bathroom thing, like I could see you being in the bathroom just with the camera like this.
Be like, you like this? You like what you see? If somebody's gonna watch me pee, it's gonna be a ghost. I'm gonna summarize right now. We got a whole family full of lemps. Just a lumpy lemp family, the real lemp. Falling flat on every occasion. Literally falling flat on the floor after they commit suicide. You know who comes to save them? Dick Pointer.
He's like, I got the hard facts here for you people. I'm a stand-up kind of guy.
I'm Dick Pointer.
Doesn't it remind you though, like an old like 1940s PI like kind of name?
Yeah. Oh, see? Dick Pointer, here to solve all your mysteries. Come to save your brewery. Turn it into an inn. Well, that's the crappy story of the Lemp Manor and the Lemp family and all the Lemperson, Lemp. We can tell you. If you like what you saw, feel free to take that pointer and hit that like, subscribe, and ring that bell. If you don't like what you saw, we'll see you next time for more drunken adventures with two old, fully erect whores. Have a nice day. Get out. Goodbye.
Bye.